Hey, quick disclaimer before we start this video. This isn't a video from an expert. It's a video from who I consider to be an average player, myself. I just want to help people be better. I want to help people get more wins. And everything that I'm showing you here is what I've learned over the years from other people and what I personally picked up over time. I started playing Warzone a year ago. So I guess I've been playing this game for a year. So all the tactics, all the gimmicks, all the tips and tricks, they're what I've picked up over the year or so. And as you can see, that's my stat in front of you. It's not the best, but I believe it does speak to my ability to be at least decent enough at the game. And I really hope I help you guys. Anyway, let's start the video. What up guys, it's your boy K15 aka Ginshima15. I'm making this video for beginners, people who are new to the game, people who want to increase their chances of winning Warzone. And this could apply to solo players, trios, or party members together. I think this video will help you, so let's jump right straight into it. The mentality of Warzone that I employ, and my friends as well, is the camping mentality. We employ the squatter mentality, that's what we call it. Basically, getting into the game, getting as much resources as possible, finding a safe spot, and then camping. It's been working for me for the past year or so. And of course, not only are we camping, we are moving with the circle. As soon as we notice the circle moves, boom, we move with it. That's pretty much it. And not only are you camping, you're making sure you have the right perks, the right weapons, the right amount of equipment to get the job done. Let's hop right into it. The most important perk, in my opinion, for this to work is the ghosted perk. That's right, Ghost. Ghost is vital to making this work. With Ghost, you stay off the map consistently. So yeah, you could always start the game with whatever perk you want, whatever loadout you want, but essentially, by end game, you want Ghost. It is mandatory that you get Ghost. If you don't have Ghost, well, just expect the game to be a lot more harder for you. Basically, you're gonna pop up on UAVs and heartbeat sensors, and the tryhards in this game are gonna hunt you down. Let's start with the basic loadout, in my basic style. The usual playstyle I employ is starting the game by earning enough cash and buying my personal loadout. My personal loadout usually involves an AR and a submachine gun. Now, I'm not here to tell you what guns to use because I feel guns are like wands. They pick you. So if you feel like the AK sort of player, go for the AK. If you feel like the 4 sort of player, go for that. If you feel like the XM4, there's enough ARs in this game to excel. And the best thing to do is to play the game, figure out what AR works for you, and go for it. If I had to tell you which one to use as a beginner, which one you should level up, I'd say go for the 4. It's beginner friendly. Or the Growl. They're all beginner friendlies. In terms of using these guns, there are attachments that are very vital. You want to make sure your AR has at least 55 or 50. But I always go for 60. Always make sure your assault rifles have at least 60 rounds in there. It allows you to engage with more than one opponent at a time. Imagine getting flanked by 2 people and you have 60 rounds. There's a good chance you might win. And also make sure your weapons are always suppressed. Please make sure they're suppressed. Now, in terms of other attachments, you can put whatever. But like I said, 60 rounds and suppressors. The same for your submachine guns. Make sure they are ample in terms of rounds and they are always suppressed. Now, in terms of lethals, if you're doing the camping mentality, it always comes down to your playstyle. If you want to camp and not be too bothered monitoring the door all the time, get a claymore, put it at the door, go in the corner, sit down and relax. It allows you to relax some more. If the claymore explodes, it tells you opponents are coming. If it doesn't explode, it means you're safe. Also, if it explodes, there's a good chance your opponent has his entire shield removed, making him easier to kill. Or he probably shot the claymore and he is undamaged, but at least now you know you're not alone. If you want to be a little more aggressive, you can go with the frag, you can go with the thermite, but if you want to camp and not be so worried monitoring the door, you can get yourself a claymore or proximity mine. And let's go to perks. I usually go with double time, lets you move faster, overkill, lets you carry 2 primary weapons, so that's your AR and your SMG. I always go with this at the start of the game. And for the third, shrapnel. lets you carry 2 lethals, so that's 2 claymore. And if I had 2 doors to monitor, I could have a claymore on one door and a claymore on another door. If I don't have 2 doors to monitor, I got an extra claymore in my pocket. Simple. For tacticals, you can get yourself a stun. Stun lets you be a bit more aggressive. It lets you actually turn the tables if you're being pursued. I always go with stun. Some people go with heartbeat sensors. I think heartbeat sensors are really good early on into the game, but by end game, everybody's ghosted, so this might be useless. So, not with the heartbeat sensor, but if you want to ultimate camp, you could always go with the heartbeat sensor. If your opponent's not ghosted, at least you'll know they're coming. Now, like I said, this is for my personal loadout, the loadout I buy with the money I get in game. Towards the end of the game, or as the game progresses, a free loadout will always drop. And for that loadout, that's where I have my ghost. Boom, boom, boom. The ghost loadout. And as you can see, I've got multiple ghost loadouts here. And like I said, by going ghost, you forfeit overkill. But here's the good thing. You already have your submachine gun and your AR. So when you get ghost, you can always pick up the weapons off the floor. And now you've got ghost, your submachine gun, and your AR. And this one, I've got an AR ghost, I've got a submachine ghost, and I've got another AR ghost. Now, some people like to just go ghost off bat, and I usually go ghost off bat and forfeit, my SMG off bat if I feel I have the perfect camp position, or I just have a bad feeling about going out in the open, because Warzone is unpredictable. Everything could be going smooth and boom, you've got enemies on your 6. So yeah, if I was going to ghost off bat, I would just usually go with this one. I'll take my size and my AR. Simple. The size let me 2-hit people if they're in my face. If I'm not feeling the size, I could always go with a pistol, and there are decent pistols in the game, especially if you max them all the way out. The Diamatti and the Renetti. These are 2 very good guns, especially if you max them all the way out. They shoot just like SMGs. The ranges are not as good, but up close, there's a good chance if you land all your shots, you win. But let's hop into the game and see how we utilize this. And you'll see, for a fact, the squatter mentality, the camping mentality will win you games in Warzone. A lot of people watch these streamers who go around hunting people, sniping, one-shotting, 360 no-scoping, and think that's how normal Warzone players play. No, the average Warzone player is camping a majority of the time. But in essence, this video is taken to the extreme. You're not out there taking bounties, you're not out there doing recons, you are camping and moving with a circle. You're camping, basically putting yourself away from danger. And I assure you, you will make it to the end game a lot more than you usually do. And by making it to end game a lot more, you increase your chances of winning end game. The circle might bless you. Your opponents might be stupid. It's just how it is. But let's apply everything we've just spoken about and see how it actually works in game. So what do we do first when we hop into Warzone? We get contracts, we get the job done, make some money. And I always recommend going for scavengers. That's the scavenger icon. You can ping it out on the map and it stays there. Take a good look at the map, figure out which one you want to go to, and go for it. But remember, there could be a good chance someone might be gunning for the same scavenger you're gunning for. And that could cause for certain shootouts early on in the game. If you're fortunate, you might not have to deal with that, like in this case. I got myself a gas mask as well. Gas masks are very important in this game. They will save your life. So once again, start looting right away. Run around, pick the cash. And like I said, I already have a scav. So that's $10,000, close to $10,000 if I complete the scavenger by getting all the crates. As you can see, I noticed an enemy. Now I could either ignore this enemy and keep it moving, he hasn't noticed me yet, or I could engage. The camping mentality would advise you to not engage, but if you are absolutely confident you can win, especially in a case like this where you've got the drop on them, well, it's early on in the game. I say go for it, have some fun, light that ass up. So we've got our first kill. He's probably looted a bit, has some cash on him. Perfect. Made my job a whole lot easier. All that money is going to go towards buying our first loadout. As you can see, I'm also being hunted. It's only a bar, so I'm not too worried. Now, if it was 3 bars, I'd be very worried because it means the enemies are super close and breathing the same air that I'm breathing. But as you can see, I'm moving slowly, keeping cues, watching around, and boom, I noticed another enemy. I could ignore him, he hasn't noticed me, or I could engage. Well, what do you think I chose? I'm feeling very confident. I chose to engage. He hasn't noticed me yet. He could have some money on him, and I could use that money towards buying not just my loadout, but also equipment that will make my job a whole lot easier. Warzone is all about, being sharp, paying attention. He hasn't noticed me yet. I light him up, boom. The blue icon, the cracked shield, that means his shield is completely gone, while I have 3 bars still. So, do I engage or do I run away? I chose to engage. I've got the advantage. The advantage being that I've got 3 bars and he has no bars. So, of course, I absolutely won that. It was in my favor, so I went for it. But like I said, you don't have to do this. You don't have to. You can completely ignore him and keep it moving. I've gotten all the crates now. I've got myself a satchel. I've got the cash I need to buy my loadout. And I think it's time we get it done. Fortunately for me, there's a loadout in the specific house I want to camp in. As you can see here, I recommend going for the loadout marker and the self-revive. The self-revive is the second most important thing in the game. It will save your life. It will save you. It will help you win the game. Look around in the house. Be sharp. Pay attention. Warzone, like I said, is unpredictable. There could be a good chance that there's an enemy upstairs. Also, I bought a precision. You don't have to, but a precision doesn't hurt anybody, especially if you have the extra money lying around. Like I said, I'm in the middle of the circle. Make sure you're always in the middle of the circle. Check your map. Going upstairs, I'm being sharp, making sure I'm the only person in the house. Turns out I'm the only person. It's time to buy the loadout. You don't have to buy the loadout outside. You can buy it inside the house. The loadout will drop on the roof. And once it drops on the roof, you can get your loadout through the walls. Just try to get as close to it as possible through the walls. You get the pick loadout icon. I went for the overkill loadout straight away. My AR and my SMG. This allows me to be super lethal. I don't have a claymore on this loadout yet. I don't know why I don't have a claymore, which is unlike me, but it is what it is. If I had a claymore, I would put it right there. It would make my life a whole lot easier. And while I was camping, the free loadout came. So I had to make my way towards that loadout so I can get my ghost. But like I said, be careful, be sharp, be vigilant. On my way towards the loadout, I heard footsteps. Always make sure to have headsets on. If you're playing Warzone without headsets, my guy, why are you playing this game without headsets? Anyway, I heard him, made a run for him, decided I'd kill him. I originally wanted to kill him while he was using the buy station, but he was faster than I expected. I didn't have to chase after him, but I did. The reason I did is because he could cause me to lose the game later on down the line. He could be camped in the house right next to me. He could be hiding in the bushes, and he could cost me the game. By killing him, I've eliminated him from the equation. You don't have to kill people like this. You could just let them go. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to be a bit more aggressive. But as you can see, I've got 2 loadouts in front of me. One's for me and one's for the enemy. Free loadouts always have a predetermined spot when they drop. You're taking a risk going for the free ones because you don't control where they go. And they could land in a vicinity that's flat and open. Or they could land with at least 4 other people's loadout right next to yours. It's always a big risk. You could be taking yours and boom, they sneak up on you. Warzone is a risk. And yes, I took a risk here. If I had died getting this loadout, so be it. I'll just replay again. It's all part of the ecosystem of Warzone. And don't forget, the reason we're out here is to get the Ghost perk. Ghost perk is detrimental to utilizing the camping mentality, the squatter lifestyle. I got my Ghost loadout and then I went ahead and picked up the AR off the ground. So now I have my original weapons for my overkill loadout and I've got my Ghost perk. That's literally it. Like I said, this video is for the beginners. People who already play this game already know these tricks, but a lot of people know about this as well. Fortunately for me, there was a proximity mine, so I popped that motherfucker right by the stairs. Now I can camp a whole lot easier and with peace of mind. So I just went ahead and camped. I just camped. And as you can see, the glass is still up. Snipers cannot one-shot you through a headshot if the glass is up. Only break the glass if you have to. If you don't have to, always leave the window glasses up. makes it a bit harder for snipers to one-shot you. And as you can see, the circle is closing in on me, fortunately. People are gathering all around me. It's getting real hot. It's getting real apprehensive. People want to get this feeling of adrenaline from Warzone. You're going to get it. It'll come to you. And it gets a little more addicting than usual when you wait out a majority of the game for the adrenaline and the action to come towards you at the end. So now it's hot. The circle has moved away from me. I've got to move towards the circle. Enemy in my point of view, I mowed him down. And as you can see, there's glints all around me, which means there's a sniper. And he missed. That could have been me. That could have been my death. But fortunately for me, I've also got a self-revive, so at that distance, I could have been good. I've got a gas mask as well. All these equipments will help you excel at Warzone.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
As you can see here, we call this moving with the smoke, making sure the smoke is behind you at all times. By the smoke being behind you, it means an enemy is less likely to creep up from behind you due to the smoke. I said less likely because it's not impossible. If they had a gas mask, they could definitely run through the smoke and surprise me. But usually that's not the case. But like everything else, it's all about taking risk. The gas is moving. I'm moving with it. I'm running. I'm getting ready to gun down anybody I see in front of me. This is the part of Warzone where your skill, attention to detail, and reaction, and just your ability to notice things come into play. Camping is only supposed to get you to endgame. Once you're in endgame, it's all about how you move, how you react, and let's see how it goes for me. I'm looking behind me, making sure nobody sneaks up behind me. Once again, it's not concrete. It's not absolute. You're a human being. Some people will slip up on you. Some people will manage to sneak up on you. You could turn around for 1 second, and that 1 second it took you to turn around could be the unfortunate moment an enemy happens to creep up on you. It's just how it is here in Warzone. The smoke's moving. It's time for me to move with it. I've got a gas mask on. I should be safe in the smoke for a little bit. But the thing about the smoke is the smoke forces your character to put on a mask, and putting on that mask definitely messes with your ability to shoot and aim. So you want to avoid the smoke as much as you can and only enter the smoke with your gas mask when you have no choice. I'm moving on, and then I heard the shootings. At this point I heard the footsteps, but they started shooting first and they won. Fortunately, I had a gas mask, and fortunately I had a self-revive. Also fortunately, he did not finish me off. So this allowed me to move back in the smoke, put my armor plates on, do a completely different maneuver, get out of the smoke, and now it's just me versus one person because they killed each other. And let's see how I do. I won. I had some luck though, I won't lie. If he hadn't crouched or gone prone into my line of fire, he probably would have won that, but that's what you get. I really hate that prone gimmick. It's one of the most annoying things in the game. But yeah, your boy won. The camping mentality, the squatter mentality got me to endgame, and all that mattered was surviving with my wit, skill, and equipment, and I was able to win this. If you still aren't buying the squatter mentality, I guess I could show you some more clips to show you that it actually does work. In fact, I'll show you a scenario where I was completely disadvantaged, and still somehow, I managed to come out on top. This right here is duo gameplay with one of my friends. It also has live commentary. You see, we do everything I talk about. We play exactly how I advise you guys to play. And let's see how it goes. Enjoy. You just need a bit more cash. Well, according to the physics, the rules of that universe, going back in time and changing shit will change the future. I guess. I don't know. I try not to think about that shit too much. Hey, they coming, hey! Woo, woo. This is Kinchima with live commentary. I told you guys Warzone is unpredictable. 1 minute we're talking about Thanos and the Avengers and we're getting shot at. That's how Warzone is. Be sharp.
Wait, hold on, nigga. Wait, people. What the fuck, nigga?
Yeah, we need to get the armor box. Get the armor box.
Goodies.
You say you see all these goodies, dude? I'm getting an SMG because I already got a decent SAR. And you killed both them niggas, by the way. Actually.
You Ghost or no?
Ghost? Hell yeah, Ghost. Is that even a question, my nigga? Okay. I said we move. Get out. You want to stay in here?
Take one up. Yeah, you take one room, I take one.
Creep ass bro, your eyes glowing in the dark and shit. I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
I'm gonna sit on my cell bed. Nice, I don't bite.
Fuck no!
I know I look scary, but I ain't, baby. I won't bite unless you ask.
Fuck you! Leave me the fuck alone!
You like you used to be a federal agent. That badge I see?
MI6, nigga!
Oh shit, gotta go, bro. Here, stay safe. Look.
No, nigga! What the fuck?
Hold it down. Hold it down. I'll be right back.
Don't go! Oh my god.
I will give you, if you can stay alive for 10 minutes, hold it down. I'll be back.
Oh my god. So yeah, he never ended up coming back in time. He died in the smoke. I've got to fight a whole bunch of people by myself right now. And let's see how it goes. Don't forget, this is duos. I'm alone. I have no teammate, no partner.
Yeah, yikes.
Be sharp. Look around you. And just like that, I won Warzone. Well, not I. We. My teammate got the dub, even though he wasn't there at all. He got the dub because he's on my team. So I basically won us an entire Warzone victory solo by myself. And it felt so good. And the only reason I was able to win is because I camped. Camping got me to endgame. And by getting to endgame, I was able to get my win. Through skill, through my equipment, through my ability to pay attention. So sometimes, you know, you gotta work out. You gotta work out your muscles, your brain, your ability to react. But you're not gonna use all that skill if you're unable to get to endgame. That's why camping is vital. We can watch another one and see how far camping gets us. Show you guys it's not a gimmick. In this version, I'm playing solos. I usually play solos by myself in the afternoon if I have the time, and at night if my teammates are on, I'll play with them. But as you can see, I wasn't able to get myself a crate. So I just went ahead and looted. Got me a satchel, and now I've got $10,000. Enough money to buy myself a loadout. I heard somebody in that house, but I was very nervous, but you gotta act, you gotta do or die. Went ahead, bought myself my loadout. And I DIP. What does DIP stand for? I dipped. Moved to the middle of the circle. Ran out the vehicle. Made my way upstairs. Dropped my loadout. And the reason I went with Ghost is because I already had a decent SMG. So I don't need my overkill. The SMG I had was decent enough. And like you can see, it can be tricky sometimes. So I climbed up on the railing. Went ahead and got Ghost. And picked up the SMG, the ground loot SMG that's also suppressed and pretty decent. But then I noticed there was a free loadout, and I said, F it, I just want my Milano, I'm gonna get my Milano, and ooh, there's 3 of them, so there are 3 enemies in the area. You gotta move fast. Got my Milano Ghost, picked up my AR, and I hauled ass. This is very nervous, as you can see, I'm a little scared. Warzone is heart-wrenching. It can be a bit scary sometimes. Made my way into the middle of the circle, the previous house I was in, and camped. Monitored the circle. I could see that the circle was moving away from me. Let's see what ends up now. Ooh. You know what that means? I mark the middle of the circle, and I hold ass. My vehicle I parked should still be right there. Also, like I said, equipments are very important. I had a trophy system. I popped the trophy system, put it on the car, just in case somebody with an RPG tries to, you know, blow me out. They won't be able to do that. We're in the middle of the circle now. Go upstairs, be observant. I'm alone. Perfect. It's time to camp. But then I heard footsteps. I'm not alone. I'm definitely not alone. I could hear it. Headsets are important. Headsets are vital. Don't play this game with a cheap ass headset or, you know, random ass, I don't know, Turtle Beaches. Is that a fair assessment? I think Turtle Beaches are good now. But anyway, I heard this fool climbing up the stairs, and unfortunately for him, he was facing the wrong way, so I made him a victim. That's literally my first kill with 13 people left. Idiot. I'm not hunting. They come to me because I've got the good spot. I'm camping like a motherfucker. You have to come to me. I heard footsteps again. As a camper, that's the only time you're engaging people, when they come to your personal space. I just gotta point out, people jumping when they get shot is just, it's hilarious. I find that funny. Circle is moved. I gotta move. You don't want to down the smoke. As you can see, I don't have any good equipments. I don't have any gas mask. I don't have any self-revives. I don't have any precision. All I've got is this combat bow kill streak, which might not be as useful, especially since the circle is closing out in the goddamn open. But like I said, it's all about chance. It's all about how you react, how you move, and maybe some luck. I noticed that, you know, the smoke is gonna land behind this house. Might as well move into this portion of the map, camp in the corner right here, and the smoke will probably end up behind me, which it did. And guys, this is really, really intense. This shit will make you age 2 years. That's how intense Warzone is. I'm darting around, looking around, trying to make sure no one creeps up on me. Just trying to stay vigilant. Because there's 3 people left. Myself and 2 other enemies. Let's see how it goes. And also, don't forget, I am completely ghosted. This is why ghost is important. If my enemies had a goddamn heartbeat sensor, they would be able to see me on the map, and they would know how to approach me. But I'm ghosted. They can't see me. They're probably ghosted too, so I can't see them. So don't be the odd motherfucker out. Don't do that to yourself. Always stay ghosted. It's the most important part of this camping mentality, in my opinion. Just like that, another Warzone victory. The only reason this worked is because I camped my ass off. I stayed off anybody's radar. I didn't hunt anybody down. I didn't do contracts. I don't do bounties. If you are an aggressive player, yeah, go ahead and do bounties. I don't do that. Bounties increases my chances of dying. The only bounties I engage in is when they come to me to kill me. Other than that, I'm doing scavengers and I'm looting. I'm getting everything I need and I'm staying put in a nice, comfortable house away from everybody. And if you come to me, I'll kill you. Or you kill me. Hopefully I win. But yeah, guys, that's the squad mentality. That's the camping mentality. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it was useful to you, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Have a wonderful day. I'm cracking up in the background of this video. It's hilarious because that victory was funny as fuck. Only got 3 kills and I ended up winning Warzone. It is what it is. Have a wonderful day, guys, and peace.